The Digital Divide Reimagined, Understanding Tressie McMillan Cottom and Digital Stratification. When we talk about the internet, we often use words like open, free, and equal. We like to imagine that the digital world is a place where everyone has the same opportunity to succeed, regardless of where they come from or what they look like. We are told that as long as you have a computer and a connection, you can learn anything, start a business, or make your voice heard. However, Professor Tressie McMillan Cottom, a brilliant sociologist and MacArthur Fellow, challenges this optimistic view. She introduces us to a concept called digital stratification. This theory suggests that the internet is not a great equalizer. Instead, it often takes the inequalities that already exist in our physical world, like those based on race, class, and gender, and makes them deeper and more permanent. To understand her work, we have to look past the idea of just having a laptop and start looking at how the very structure of our digital lives is designed to keep some people ahead while pushing others further behind. For a long time, people thought the only problem with the internet was the digital divide. This was the idea that some people had computers and others did not. The solution seemed simple: just give everyone a device and an internet connection, and the problem would be solved. Tressie McMillan Cottom argues that this is far too simple. She points out that even when everyone is online, they are not all experiencing the same internet. This is what she calls digital stratification. It is the layer-by-layer way that inequality is built into the digital experience. It is not just about access, it is about how the internet treats you once you arrive. Just as a city might have wealthy neighborhoods and neglected areas, the internet has high-status spaces and low-status spaces, and the barriers between them are often invisible but incredibly strong. One of the most powerful examples Cottom uses to explain this is the world of digital education and predatory inclusion. She has studied how for-profit colleges use the internet to target specific groups of people, particularly those from low-income backgrounds or marginalized communities. These institutions promise that a digital degree will be a ticket to a better life, but they often leave students with massive debt and credentials that the job market does not value. This is a form of digital stratification because the digital tools are being used to funnel vulnerable people into a separate, lower-quality track of life. While a wealthy student might use the internet to access exclusive resources and networks, a poorer student is being targeted by algorithms that see their desire for a better life as a way to make a profit. Both are online, but their digital paths are leading in completely opposite directions. This leads to the idea of the platform as a new kind of gatekeeper. Cottom explains that our digital lives are now controlled by a few massive platforms like social media companies, search engines, and gig economy apps. These platforms use complex mathematical formulas called algorithms to decide what we see, who we connect with, and what opportunities we are offered. These algorithms are not neutral. They are built by people who have their own biases, and they are trained on data from an unequal world. As a result, digital stratification becomes automated. If an algorithm is designed to find successful candidates for a job, and it uses data from a history where only certain types of people were hired, it will continue to recommend those same types of people. The inequality is no longer just a human mistake, it is coded into the software itself, making it much harder to see and even harder to change. Cottom also explores how our digital identities are managed and policed. In a stratified digital world, your digital reputation is a form of currency. However, the rules for building that reputation are not the same for everyone. She points out that women, people of color, and other marginalized groups often face much higher levels of harassment and scrutiny when they speak up online. While a white man might be celebrated for being bold or controversial, a woman of color might be attacked or silenced for saying the same thing. This creates a chilling effect, where some people feel safe to participate in the digital public square while others are forced to hide or leave. This is a clear form of stratification because the social costs of being online are much higher for some people than for others, regardless of their skills or intelligence. Another layer of this theory is the concept of prestige. In the physical world, prestige comes from things like which university you attended or which company you work for. Cottom shows how this has moved online through things like the verified checkmark on social media or the number of followers someone has. These markers of status are often used to decide whose voice is important and who should be ignored. However, these markers are easier to get if you already have social and economic power. If you are already famous or wealthy, it is easy to become a digital influencer. If you are starting from zero, the digital world can feel like a vast, empty room where no one can hear you. The internet doesn't just reflect our status, it amplifies it, making the digital elite more powerful and the marginalized more invisible. Digital stratification also affects how we earn a living. Think about the gig economy, where people use apps to find work as drivers, cleaners, or freelancers. On the surface, these apps offer flexibility and freedom. But Cottom and other sociologists have shown that these platforms often create a new kind of digital working class. The workers are managed by algorithms that track every second of their day, but they have no job security, no benefits, and no way to talk to a human boss. Meanwhile, the people who own and design the platforms are accumulating massive wealth. The digital world is creating a new hierarchy where the people at the bottom are more controlled and exploited than ever before, while the people at the top are more disconnected from the reality of the work. So, why does Tressie McMillan Cottom's work matter so much right now? It matters because we are moving more and more of our lives, our education, our work, our healthcare, and our relationships, onto digital platforms. If we don't understand how digital stratification works, we will continue to build a world that looks modern on the outside but is deeply unequal on the inside. We need to move beyond just talking about coding and start talking about justice. We need to ask who these digital systems are being built for and who is being left out of the conversation. Cottom's work is a call to be more critical of the technology we use every day and to demand that the digital future is built on a foundation of fairness rather than just profit and efficiency. In conclusion, digital stratification tells us that the internet is a mirror of our society, and right now, that mirror is reflecting a lot of unfairness. Tressie McMillan Cottom reminds us that technology is never just a neutral tool, it is always a reflection of the power and the prejudices of the people who create it. By understanding the layers of inequality that exist online, we can begin to fight for a digital world that is truly inclusive. This means looking at how algorithms are made, protecting the rights of digital workers, and making sure that the internet is a safe and welcoming place for everyone to speak their truth. It is a big challenge, but it starts with recognizing that being connected is not enough. We have to make sure that the digital world we are building is one where everyone, no matter their background, has a fair chance to thrive. If you found this explanation of Tressie McMillan Cottom and the reality of digital stratification helpful and want to learn more about the sociological forces that shape our modern world, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so you are the first to know when we release new videos exploring the work of brilliant thinkers and modern theories. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing your thoughts in the comments below as we work together to understand and improve our digital society.